Picture a young comic stepping onto a dim stage, heart pounding, as the crowd's laughter hits him like a tidal wave. That rush, the raw connection, told him he'd found his calling. But years later, after stealing the show in a comedy that became a cultural gem, he vanished from its sequels, leaving fans stunned and curious. Why walk away from a role that defined him? Today, we unravel his journey, a story of ambition, faith, and the courage to redefine success. His story kicked off in a lively Southern comedy club, where he sharpened his wit among rising stars. The stage was his proving ground, each laugh fueling his fire. "This is my life," he realized, feeling the audience's energy mirror his own. Ditching conventional paths, he quipped about dodging early military reveilles. He poured everything into comedy. Hollywood called, and he answered, grinding through late-night gigs in gritty venues, his high-energy style and quick improvisations turning heads. Then came the big break, a slot on a legendary stand-up show that beamed his electric performance to millions. His fast-talking, magnetic vibe grabbed producers' attention, landing him a role in a party flick alongside future collaborators. But his defining moment arrived with the raw neighborhood comedy about two pals navigating a chaotic day. As the slick, hilarious sidekick, his impeccable timing and off-the-cuff brilliance made the film a 90s classic, cementing his name in lights. If this story touches your heart, please share it. Landing that iconic role wasn't smooth. The creators loved his stage charisma, but tested other big names. His first audition flopped. Torn out from touring, he struggled to adapt his freewheeling style to film. Yet the team saw his potential, gave him another chance, and he delivered pure magic. Shot in a breakneck 20 days, his improvisations brought heart and humor to every scene. Fans fell hard for the duo's chemistry, a perfect snapshot of life's absurd struggles. But when the sequel dropped, his character was gone. No warning, just an aching absence. Fans felt it like losing a star player mid-season, sparking endless questions. Money, ego, or something deeper? As his career skyrocketed with blockbuster action hits alongside global stars, the paydays soared. One deal alone dwarfed the modest check from that first comedy rumor swirled. The original cast earned barely enough to cover rent. Despite the film's massive success, why return for pennies when Hollywood offered millions? He dove into varied roles, sci-fi spectacles, gritty thrillers, showcasing a range far beyond his breakout character. Yet the real turning point wasn't fame, was faith. A profound spiritual awakening reshaped his core. Drawn back to church, he embraced Christianity with a fervor that changed how he saw his craft. "I was never crude," he later shared, "but youth made me reckless." His renewed faith pushed him to rethink his comedy, moving away from edgy, street-smart bits toward humor that reflected his values, deeper, rooted in purpose. This shift wasn't just personal, it became a lens for every choice. The raw, unfiltered vibe of that beloved franchise clashed with the man he was becoming. Returning felt like betraying his growth, locking him into a past self he'd outgrown. This spiritual journey wasn't a fleeting phase, it was a transformation. He spent time in reflection, reconnecting with his roots, seeking guidance through prayer. Church became a sanctuary, a place to wrestle with his path. He studied scriptures, finding inspiration in their call to live with intention. "Faith challenges me to dig deeper," he said, embracing the harder work of crafting humor that uplifted rather than leaned on shock. This evolution made him question roles that didn't align with his beliefs, including sequels that thrived on the gritty humor he now questioned. His faith became a compass, guiding him toward projects that felt true. The stakes climbed higher during a Hollywood hiatus. Burned out by repetitive roles, he stepped back, only to face a financial storm, millions in tax debt from years of mismanaged earnings. The headlines stung, exposing vulnerabilities, yet his faith anchored him. He leaned on community, prayer, and resilience, vowing to rebuild. Returning to stand-up, he poured his soul into performances, weaving his spiritual growth into his act jokes that landed with heart, not just laughs. Talks of revisiting old franchises surfaced, but he insisted any return must reflect his journey, honoring the man he'd become. His choice to leave wasn't rejection, it was rebirth. Guided by ambition and a faith that demanded growth, he forged a path true to his values. It's a reminder, sometimes stepping away from what's comfortable opens doors to who you're meant to be. If this story of courage and conviction resonates, hit like, subscribe for more inspiring tales, and share with someone chasing their own truth. See you next time.